What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you have all been well. So I've already gone through my watch list and I'll go from my watch list with you guys as well, just so you can see what I'm looking at and the ideas we're looking at in yesterday's live stream. A few entries did present, especially on GJ and GBP CHF. So I'll show you those in a minute. But what I'm looking at today is GBP USD. This current move we're seeing now is kind of promising. I've only picked out my 15-minute trends, so I'm going to go do my higher time frame analysis now, and then we'll go through and just go through all the other parameters and see if there's any divergence. How the higher time frames are lining up with our 15-minute time frame, and we'll see for any support or resistance zones or key levels that price could react to. All right, so with GU, long bias on the 15-minute, long bias on the 1 hour, long bias on the 4 hour, and long bias on the daily. So first key level I see looking left would be up here. So 1.33800. So we could see price definitely react to that zone. Obviously going left again on GBP USD. You can see on the daily that price has tested it over here once, twice, 3 times, and now we're trading back at that level. So if you're taking a long position, something you just want to be aware of. Doesn't mean it's going to reverse. It's just something to take note of. Since all higher time frames are long bias, we could see that continuation. And I'll give you a good example of that on GBP CHF real quickly. So we'll jump straight to the daily. I'll get rid of the drawing. So, the drawing is going to come back anyway. Let me just yeet that over there. So once again on the daily, we had that zone at 1.21800, and you can see price tested it multiple times. And yesterday we struggled pushing up, but all time frames are once again long bias. So that means we could definitely see price maybe try and test that level again and break back above and see that continuation move that we could see. But obviously the 15-minute trend using the ASFX parameters, it's not as clean. So we have this swapping L50. I'm just putting dots everywhere. So you can see this yellow line swapped below the 50 value, which could signal choppiness, or it could be a bearish sign. So something to keep in mind. Doesn't mean price may drop. It may just come lower, to the 15-minute 50 or 200, and we could maybe see price really try and build momentum and push back out of that level. But not on my list today. So also on GJ, we were looking for a move. So we're looking for a long position, excuse me, over here. So obviously I finished my trading session around when this candle formed. So yeah, so this bearish candle was like this, but then we got that rejection off the Asia low right here, and then we broke back above the 15-minute 50 EMA, and that's when we got the ASFX D1 signal in here. So I didn't take this trade, I just marked it up as an ID, but I know a few people caught the entry. I think, yeah, I had mine marked up here with my stop. 10 pips below that most recent low. The only thing you'd have to be aware of is that it didn't have a new set of divergence. So it kind of built from this one. And that wasn't price action low or low. So yeah. And then GBP CHF had one as well, just in here. So D1 signal, quick divergence, and then price started making higher high, higher low structure. So bullish signal, and then it just rallied up. So I know if you guys in ASFX got that. Good morning, Leo. But other than that, I'm looking at Euro USD, 15 minute, Euro NZD as just an ID, as it is a counter trend move. So we're trading towards that 15 minute 800. And Euro JPY. So with Euro USD, let's go for the high time frames. So the 1 hour is long bias, 4 hour long bias. Loving that 4 hour bar where we came back to this previous level. Look at that, 1.19 thousand. Price kind of found resistance to that level, indecision candle, and then we've had this massive kind of breakout above. So that's a nice sign. And then same kind of thing on the daily, breaking above this recent consolidation. So we could definitely see Euro USD kind of come higher. On the 15 minute, looking left, kind of got that typical resistance over here, tested it, broke out above it, and now it's testing as support. So really good. I reckon we might be able to catch a nice move on Euro USD if the signal presents. And Euro JPY showing some resistance to that 15 minute 50 EMA. So I am long bias on this as well on the 15 minute. 1 hour makes it a little hard to kind of, like, just because the RSI is so overbought. But once again, it doesn't mean price can't just keep going up. But it is something to take notes of, something to be aware of if you are looking to take a long position. That is a lot of momentum, seeing that RSI above that value. Once again, 4 hour EMA's long bias, L50 pulling into the buy zone, and the daily daily is more or less kind of consolidating a little bit. Yeah, so once again, not many zones on the daily. The reason I put my price at 124,475 is because of quarters theory. So 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. The market kind of has some kind of significance in that price level. Nothing, if price is about to, like, if I'm taking a trade and price is at like a quarter level, I'm still going to take it. It's just something to be aware in the back of my head, but it won't stop me from taking a trade for sure. Because sometimes price can find significance at those levels. So I'll mark that as blue. This is blue, and so as for GBP USD, we're long bias on the 15 minute, long bias on the 4, and long on the daily. So I'll push that over to a higher probability trade. And then GJ, that falling L50, but you can see it's kind of hooking up now. So let's just see what happens. The 1 hour long bias, 4 hour, And daily, once again, this will be that 800 EMA on the daily. I'll make note of that. So that's more or less my watch list. So now let's see if there's any divergence on the 15-minute that I should be aware of. So GU looks pretty clean in that sense. GJ, yeah. So GJ's been building divergence since, what is that, Monday? Yeah, Monday. So, something to keep in mind. And it's still within the Asia range, so, and GU is out, so I'll put that. So GU is like higher probability now since we are out of that Asia range. We're breaking to the upside now since we are long bias, so pretty much just waiting for a retest to one of these EMAs, and then we can start looking for our entries. Euro USD picking up that momentum, just quickly looking at the dollar index, DXY. I've been pretty much, we had this massive spike up. I think Euro USD kind of recovered from that, but it's kind of just coming back down again. So DXY is the Euro US dollar index, so it kind of correlates with Euro USD. So DXY down, Euro USD up. That's how it kind of correlates. Not all the time, but more times than not, it does do that. Once again, all time frames on this one was long bias. Just had that level to keep in mind, but it looks like we've more or less kind of broke above it. So that goes blue. And in terms of divergence, yes, we do from Monday. It's not, I don't count it, I don't weigh it too much in significance due to it being building for a few days, but price action is more or less breaking that divergence line now, and I reckon we'll get an RSI break if that momentum keeps up. And Euro JPY, so once again oversold on the 1 hour, something to keep in mind. So this will be a lower probability long setup, but still has potential, so I'll definitely keep an eye on it. So GBP USD and Euro USD are my two highest probability setups. So let's just wait and see what happens. Taking a D1 entry with that divergence so quick makes it very hard for me to justify an entry like that, but it is valid. Yeah, very quick. What is that? Yeah, about 8-10 minutes for that divergence to set. I've got involved around here. Messed up. Pretty much there. Yeah, that would have been a nice trade. Perfect 15-minute L50, perfect EMAs. Good stuff. I'll mark that up later. Once again, for anyone that's new into the stream, I'm doing the Traders for Traders practical assessment. 100K funded account with the with Traders for Traders. So the goal is 10%, no time frame, following their risk management rules. So I can't lose more than $2,000 a week, and I can't lose a total of $4,000 in the given account. So I can lose 2,000 one week and I can lose 2,000 next week, and that'll be the account gone. So, but no time limit, 10% profit goal, and that's it. So no minimum trading days. And that kind of just eliminates a lot of the stress on trying to meet that 10% profit target, which is very possible, especially as a day trader. But if you're a new trader, or, you know, really new to getting funded, and that 30-day 10% profit target can be a little bit damaging, trying to force trades, being trades you shouldn't be in. So Traders for Traders definitely eliminates that emotional response for sure. I'm also getting involved in crypto. Now, Bitcoin's kind of back at 19,000. We shot up to like 9,500 yesterday, almost. So I'm looking at buying XRP. The thing with buying crypto after a massive bull run. So in the last week, I know a few guys that got in at like 30 cents. I even know guys that got in like at 20. So let's say you got in on the daily back on the 20th of this month after this break of the 800 EMA. Let's say you got in at 32 cents. Within 4 days, you would have been up about 130%. Insane. So that's why, like with investing, if you're buying and holding, you really shouldn't matter too much about where you're getting in. But I am waiting for this to come back down. My level I have is, so if you're looking back to 2018, you can see we found kind of resistance at 62 cents. So as you can see, prices kind of rallied. We tested 62 cents again. Once price comes back down to this level, that's when I'll buy most of my position, and I'll just hold it. Like, yeah, because I remember Austin was saying the upside potential, like if you go to the weekly, like if I buy at 62 cents, and let's just say we can get back to 2018 highs, even just to close, it's 300 over 300% gain if we can get back there. So upside potential is very great, and of course you can buy a lot of this coin, XRP, because it is only under $1 still. So that's my thoughts. I'm doing some research into it, of course, but I have spare change, and I'll probably buy anywhere between 5,000 and 8,000 coin of XRP, and then we'll just, yeah, hold it and see what happens. But what I will do is I will set an alert, and we'll go from there. So back to Forex. So you can see on the 15-minute that 1.33800 level, we found some resistance to it. So that was that level I had drawn. So we can break that level and get, or if we can get a decent risk to reward profile, kind of to these highs, which would have to at least come down to the 200 for that. I could see some upside potential on GU, Euro USD, making its way back down after that nice breakout there of the Asia range. So that's exciting for sure. Also, for anyone that's watching that's in AceFX, for the Traders for Traders practical assessment, I'm only trading the A1 system. I have been back testing the hell out of it because I really want to kind of focus just on one system for that $1 million account. Also, just to mention, they do offer a $1 million account, and that is my thought process of what I'm thinking of doing. So that's why I'm doing a ton of back testing. I'm putting in like a lot of work trying to understand all the variables and drawdown, win rate, and how I can kind of create a risk management plan and kind of a plan of attack for that $1 million challenge. So that's what I've been doing in the background. I'm still obviously doing D1s, but not in the practical assessment, just because I still need to build more confidence and markups on them. But that all comes with time. And then Euro JPY real quickly. We're out of the Asia range now with that candle break. Not 1 hour. That 1 hour is super oversold. Overbought. Sorry. Also got divergence building up here. The 1 hour. I am watching Euro NZD as an ID to counter trend move, but I couldn't resist that perfect L50. Like, yeah, it's just kind of holding that 55 and 57 value. So yeah, it's not really doing too much. I reckon this can easily get to the 800 EMA, 15-minute 800 today, which would be more or less ADR. Yeah, because 1 hour is short bias, 4 hour TDI is short bias, and daily short bias. So if you put this line here, and you get a 15-minute, that would be that 800 EMA. So that's where, if I was to project where price would go, I would say right there. And then we might get that, since all the higher time frames are short bias, I reckon we'll see price consolidate up here, and then rest of the week we'll see it kind of come lower. I got myself a Whoop band as well. I've been doing a lot of research on these. I do have an Apple Watch I use, but I wanted the sleep tracking, and I wanted to keep track of my recovery, performance, sleep, I just said that, and kind of just other metrics such as my variable heart rate, oxygen, all that kind of type of stuff. Since I am not getting anywhere near enough sleep the past month, I'm averaging anywhere between 3.5 to 6 hours a night, which, yeah, it's fine short term, but I'm definitely feeling it now. I find myself getting really fidgety, procrastinating a shitload, trying to just, it's very hard to kind of just stick to one thing for a long period of time, especially backtesting. Anyone knows how tedious and repetitive backtesting can get? Not fun. Definitely not fun. But it's all worth it. Having that statistical data in front of you and knowing how your system performs is just such a great feeling. Share this on Twitter. Forex trader. Has been a bit of a slow week, but that's kind of expected. Black Friday sales hitting pretty much the whole world, and Thanksgiving, I believe, tomorrow in the US. So one thing I have forgotten to look at is news. Yeah, I looked at these yesterday. Actually, there wasn't too much high impact news coming out today that should affect my trading. 8 p.m. so in another half an hour there is a medium impact folder. Initial release time was shifted none days later due to source rescheduling. European Central Bank. Yep. This may kind of shake up the market a little bit. Dividends on strains, imbalances. Yeah, so I'll just pay attention to this since I am looking at euro pairs. Get some music going. Yeah, but I mean, since I've been testing the A1, the ASFX A1 system, I'm testing pretty much every variable, and I've just hit up to July now, and I've got over. Sorry, excuse me. I've got over 100 something trades. So obviously testing the variables is great insight, but man, it's taking so much longer to backtest. It's a great sample size though. So I plan on testing all of these, so GU, GJ, GBP, CHF, GCAD, GA, and testing Euro USD, Euro NZD, Euro JPY, Euro CAD, and Euro AUD. So I'm trying to finish the back testing one pair a week. So it will take me about 10 or so weeks to get through all these pairs. And I'm estimating 300 trades per pair. So it's about 300 markups I'm doing as well, and adding it to the spreadsheet. So what's that, 3, 6, 9, 12? Yeah, it's about 3,000 trades in total. I'm projecting. Is it necessary as a trader with the A1? No. I mean, I've done enough markups. Like, you only need more or less 100 markups to know how the system performs and know how these signals react, especially that TDI and that the EMAs, and just putting general knowledge on price action and how price action is reacting to those significant levels. So me doing the back testing is mainly for my psychology, my confidence as a trader, and for me to be able to more or less give me the confidence in this $1 million account. I mean, 5,000 USD for $1 million. That's, I mean, if you've got the cash, there's no time frame to complete the challenge. Like $1 million, like if you're making 5% a month on $1 million, it's 50 grand. Take away your profit split, you know, you're getting at least 25,000, 30 grand after tax even in your pocket. So, and 5% is very achievable in trading per month, you know. I like how on GBP USD it held that 21 EMA quite nicely. I went through my testing yesterday looking at taking full positions at different targets versus the partials, planning on moving my stop to break even at 1 hour and taking full. Leo, hang on, I'll pull up my testing. That's exactly how I'm testing it, and it's I'm trying to make a graph to put this data in so you'll get your win rate, average risk to reward, average pips, and average drawdown, so it'll be like much more cleaner, so you're not just seeing all this kind of data. Let me just zoom in on this so I'm not putting the aspect parameters all over the web. So that's exactly what I've done. So as you can see, actually I can probably go back. So I've done partial profits at 1% risk, over 106 trades, locking my stop at 1R, and taking my complete position off at 3R. This is the results at 1%, so 85. And if you're taking full profit, if you're not taking partials, but still locking your stop at 1R and taking full position off at 3R using 1%, it's 83%. So in that sense, it works better. But as soon as you increase your risk to 1.5, massive difference in the partials. So I'd be more inclined to do 1.5% risk. Yeah. Taking partials at 1.5R, locking my stop at 1. And then taking the rest off at 3R. So also what I'm testing is yeah. So I've got all the target price at 15 pips, target price at 1R, 2R, and 3R multiples, As you can see, price more or less does come to free R more times than not. There was a period where it didn't. So if you're going to take your full position at 2R, you can see that price does hit 2R more than it does hit free R. So you'll be pocketing more money. Let me put all this into a statistical graph for you, and I'll give you the outcome of what happens. I'll give you each, so I'll give you like 3R, 2R and 3R as well, but that's definitely what I'm thinking going forward. It's got, yeah, got a lot of potential. And because you're locking your stop at 1R and taking partials at 1.5, you're more or less always securing a bit of that trade. So even though you will more or less get stopped out, that price does go 1.5R quite easily on these trade setups. So you're gonna be more or less taking some cash along the way before getting stopped out, which is, I mean, small consistent wins over time. I think that's, I mean, I'd prefer that than taking like going a week or 2 weeks at break even, taking trades and always hit, like if you get on a commission model, you'd be bleeding your account on commission doing that. But taking partial profits along the way, that's definitely how I see it. So 3.37%, that would be your total gain if you take 50% off at 1.5R and then take the rest of the trade off at 3R using 1.5%, and then 2.25% is only 1% risk. But yeah, let me make this a lot more prettier and I'll send it over. But yeah, so all that back testing on just over 100 trades, that's all in GBP USD. Like if I saw an entry like present with those parameters, I'd be more or less just happy taking it, to be honest. Yeah, but I definitely have a love-hate relationship with backtesting. I got 42 previous taken trades. Yeah, I just by looking at this data, if I was taking profits at 2R, you can see like free trades, break even, free trades, break even, two trades, break even. Some of these trades are multiple days, so I've taken 2 trades on the one day. Once I filter out those positions, so what I'll do is, because I've got all the filters, I can filter out the actual what price hit 2R. I'll go through and see what parameters are causing it to get 2R, and then that's what they're the filters I'll use in my live trading. But yeah, so I know June 14th. Yeah, there was 2 trades taken here on the 14th, so that would only be 3 in a row there. There was 2 trades taken on the 15th, so minus those, and there's only 4 in a row there. So yeah, so very similar statistical data with 3 trades taken. Yeah. GJ will soon be off my list because of that swapping L50 coming into the sell zone. I like the fact that I'll be making twice. Yeah, 100% Leo. That was my fault as well. I will admit my trade management is quite poor. I do let emotions. I'm good at like keeping emotions on the sideline, entering trades now, but when the trade progresses, I sometimes let emotions slip in, and I usually take profits a little bit too early, and it just skews the whole thing. So when I do take my next trade, if I'm not following that consistently, it just bleeds my account slowly. So yeah, the idea of taking profits at a set point definitely kind of sits well with me for sure. Yeah, GJ's L50 is about to pull into the sell zone. I'll keep it on the list, but I'll push it down. It's gonna looks like it's making its way down to the 15-minute 200. You really respected that 1.33800 level as well, so I reckon the time we see a setup, this may become swapping. I'll keep it on the list, we'll see what happens. Euro USD is kind of back on my list because of that breakout and retest now, so, and the only next kind of level of resistance, I'll check the 4 hour. I mean, it could struggle breaking above. Yeah, I reckon this level here. I reckon if I was going to target a level, it would definitely be that even handle number at 1.2000. About 100 pips or so. Yeah, Leo, I mean, backtesting a system, having that, all this statistical data, it's great to kind of, for trade management and risk management and how you can apply all this kind of information in the live market and just developing a really, really solid trade plan and trade management plan. But I've been toying with the idea with taking full position off at a certain R level, so I know a few traders are looking at doing that. It's also good for those other guys that don't have a lot of time. They can kind of just set a trailing stop maybe and have a set target. So yeah, something definitely to kind of look into and build onto for sure. What are those pairs have been? Yeah, I agree, Leo. GBP-CHF had a strong one yesterday at 1.21800. It tried to break it yesterday, but you can see that it's just got this kind of, I reckon we'll get that break. Yeah, GJ's, I think GJ swapping now. Yeah. That's right. I'll still keep it on my list and see what happens at the 200 EMA. EURUSD is looking cleanest for me. Great EMAs coming into today's session. 800, 250, 21.8. High time frames or long bias. No real kind of major support in the way. The only kind of concern, I just got to get enough risk to reward to that ADR. So anything about a 15 pips stop from where market's currently trading would be sweet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Leo, for sure. People taking profits or even selling. But yeah, price is still trying to make higher highs. So I like on EURUSD yesterday's massive bullish bar, breaking above the past few weeks really. Yeah, past 75 days. So we had that massive bullish buy yesterday, breaking that previous consolidation period. Got that rising RSI, rising trend line, rising L50. So yeah, unless some crazy news comes out, I can definitely see EURUSD coming higher today. Just standard GBP volatility. Just 32 minutes ago. Now we wait patiently. Euro JPY. Add that 15-minute 50 EMA, so let's see what this 15-minute candle does in about 10 minutes. I think Euro, this was, yeah, oversold. I'll just put 1 hour. We also got that bearish divergence on 15 minutes as well. Price is respecting that. Let's see what happens. If it closes below, I think we may see it come lower, especially with that 1 hour being massively overbought, with that divergence on top and 15-minute bearish divergence as well. Massive bullish momentum since market open this week too. What is that? It's got 140 pips. So let's see what happens with Euro NZD with that perfect L50 on the 15-minute. Now that it's approached the 15-minute 21 EMA. Let's see what happens. I brought on Amazon Steve Burns' Moving Averages book, so I've been reading through that. I really enjoy Moving Averages. It gives such a clear direction in the market and helps you kind of just, it keeps things so simple. I've always struggled with identifying zones in the market. Like, I know, like, this massive move over here, that's significant. So, you know, but like all this junk in the middle, I've always had a hard time filtering it out. So having the EMAs and only looking at most recent levels, such as this 1900 level, and then just paying attention to the EMAs for my dynamic support and resistance and significant levels has just made my trading so much more simple. GBP USD up to 15-minute 200 EMA now, so let's see what happens there. GJ also made its way down to the 15-minute 200. With this massive bearish divergence building over the past, since Monday, we could definitely see price come lower off this 200, maybe even to the 800. But let's see. Holding the 21 EMA nicely on Euro NZD. Euro USD doing the same. Just going to downgrade my GU as well because that L50 is starting to fall. So I'll keep an eye on them, but could potentially see a D1 off that 200. That high time frame bias, it could definitely induce you to get involved for sure. Yeah, but market still needs to a bit more time to kind of show its hand and set up any trade ideas or present any trade setups. This one's there. Let's see what happens with EURUSD in the next minute, how this candle closes. It's got about 40 seconds left for the close. Same thing with Euro NZD. There was on Forex Factory at 8 PM some Euro news that I'm going to keep an eye on. But it's not high impact, so it won't affect my trade plan. If a signal presents, Alright, so I do like that candle rejection wick off that 21. Also trying to break, testing that 1.1900 level as well. So if price can consolidate around that zone, and then that EMA can kind of do its thing and we can get a candle formation. Geez, my drawing's horrible. I'll definitely look at taking an A1 setup for sure. You guys get the idea. GU. Just jump down to the 1 minute. There is divergence from the Asia session. So RSI price action high to price action low. RSI low, RSI high. So with that high time frame long bias, we had a similar kind of thing yesterday on GJ, where we kind of had this kind of move down. It didn't quite make it to the 200, but I think GU we might see a nice push up off this that level. See what happens, and then it's probably the main more or less yeah, GJ has no active divergence on it for a D1 entry, so and it's a swap 15-minute swapping as well, swapping L50.
sleeping alone, but you can't decide, and it is plain to see that your priorities just do not fit right. I can't reconcile this feeling. Whoa, whoa, 'cause I remember when you had certainty.
If we break on Euro JPY, if we break below the 15-minute 50 EMA and struggle to get back above, I can definitely see this coming lower with that 15-minute bearish divergence set on top, and also the high time frames being overbought with bearish divergence as well on the 1 hour. So Euro NZD, there's really nothing interfering with that long bias. It's just counter trend. I mean, I'm not really long bias on Euro NZD. I should just say that L50 is what I'm watching, because I am heavily testing how a perfect L50 affects the outcome of the trades. So it's good to keep an eye on that and see what happens. Could even get a candle formation, something like this. Let's see what happens. Keep an eye on that. 1 minute is also on Euro NZD is building bullish 1 minute divergence as well. So off that 15-minute 21 EMA. So bullish signals. see how GU reacts to that 15-minute 50 EMA. Once again, just like a waiting game.
Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Like a
Just go wait for some of that volume to kick in.
your dreams in the night sky. You know I want you to be mine. But you make it that easy. You're not the type to fall in deep. You know that really want me. We're on our own, take a risk now. Just let it go and don't fall down. I hope you know that my heart is yours. Never let go.
Just over 3 minutes on this 15-minute candle close, so it's right in there.
Eyes well, with the picture I've got in my mind. It's you and I, and I see you've lost your way.
After this 15-minute candle close, I'm just gonna take like a quick 5-minute break because these live streams are killing my back.
You can see my heart again and never go. Why can't I get you to just stay? You're like a song stuck on replay. Your smile is always in my way. I know you know that you need me. It's not a secret that we keep. So just admit you see me. We're on our own, take a risk now. Just let it
over a minute on this candle.
Never go, never go. You never go, never go. You never go, never go.
Good hold at the 15 minute 21. Euro USD broke down below the 15 minute 21. So it may make its way to the 15 minute 50 EMA. So let's see what happens. GJ and GU slowly making their way up after rejecting that 15 minute 200. But I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. So I'll see you guys in a minute.
jumping blues, so you don't have to making me smile as long as I can. Storm clouds are coming, and it's best if you
And I'm back.
If we get tomorrow, love me second try. Give you love to borrow, it just to get us by. Sometime when you're ready, I'll soften up the blow. Our love was never made to last, and I don't wanna give it back. To hold on to, hold on to, hold on to.
Alright, so what's been happening? Euro USD down at the 15-minute 50 EMA, testing that 1.19 thousand level. Euro NZD ID coming back down. Euro JPY broke below the 15-minute 50 GU with that 1 minute bullish divergence. Looks interesting. 15-minute isn't quite swapping, but GJ is, so we'll see what happens. Gold slowly making its way higher. So silver, Bitcoin.
I've been known to hide my feelings, keep all my emotions bottled up.
Bit of a slow trading session, but I'm pretty sure you guys that watch my live streams know that around this time, about an hour and a half, 2 hours into my live stream, you can see the volume pick up. So you can get a bit more action. Oh man. Euro JPY testing Asia low. Just jump off the 1 minute for a minute. If I go to the 1 hour, it's kind of a consolidation period over there. 1 hour. Yeah, just in here. Right here. I'll just put this over here.
I feel so bright, I feel so gifted, I feel so high, I feel so lit.
About 10 minutes left on the 15-minute candle. Still got my eye on Euro USD. GU could be building. GJ has pretty full on swapping L50 now, falling below that 50 value. I still think it moves higher due to the higher time frames. Like, if we get a D1 entry off that 200 with solid 1 minute bullish structure, you can definitely see the risk to reward up to today's high, which would make sense. But with that bearish divergence building from Monday, that break of a 50 today, I would need to see price show some types of bullish strength to break back above that 15-minute 50. It's a bit of a slow market tonight. Realized I forgot to change the title of this thing. Oh, I can change That's awesome. Good stuff. There's the 25th, the 24th. That could have been very confusing. So it looks like GU is about to break. We've got about 5 minutes left on this 50-minute candle. Let's see what happens at this 200 EMA. Let's see if it's building more. If it's building more bullish divergence, I need price action to come lower than this price here. And then we'll see what happens with GJ. Morning, Lindsay. I'll get back to your Instagram message in a minute. It's interesting. If you look in the previous chat with Leo about taking positions off at a certain R multiple, since more times than not, these trades are reaching 2R quite often. But it's nice. Hang on, I'll bring it over again. So I think I've just got over 100 trades logged now in GU. But more times than not, price is reaching 2R. Where, as you see, if you're aiming for 3R targets, there can be a big gap where price rarely reaches it. So I'm gonna, like, in the process of putting this into a nice graph and make it look really presentable. But looking at 1% risk on partial profits over all those trades not filtered, it's about 85% return. 1.5% risk on partial profits, it's about 121% return. I have to, obviously, because these are taking partial profits at 1.5R, locking the stop at 1R, and then taking the remainder off at 3R. So I want to do something very similar, where a different scenario where you're still locking your stop at 1R, but taking 50% off, and then taking the rest off at 2R. And then also another scenario where you lock the stop at 1R and take the complete position off at 2R with no partials. In terms of outcome, I mean, it is a pretty high strike rate. I think it's above 76%. I am in the process of, so what I'll do, if you select, give me a second, all the losers, there is an easier way to do this. Actually, one second. There we go. So that will filter out all the stop, like price to hit the stop loss. Obviously I'm not going to show the parameters, but Like with divergence, for example, you can see more times than not, there wasn't enough room to divergence. And you can see how like the peak risk reward. So obviously shifting those probabilities into our favor. Anyway, I'll send you all this, what I'm seeing for sure. But it's very interesting. It's just good having that statistical data. Yeah, it is interesting. I'm kind of projecting upwards of 3,000 trades logged with all the GBP pairs and all Euro pairs. So that's a massive sample size. I think, like I was saying earlier, that I'm only trading the A1 setup on the practical assessment. But if I can gather that much data, like, it's not necessary, but I kind of just, I'm very analytical as a person. I love tracking stuff, so I think it'll be great for a lot of the guys in ASFX to kind of just see how the system performs and how the parameters affect the outcomes, and also allows them, if they want to be more aggressive or more selective, they can filter the parameters out, and then they can get an idea of when the trades are presenting, what time frame, the average drawdown on the trades. So I think it's pretty cool. But like, on our call the other day, the coach's call saying to Austin earlier, like, you only really need a sample size of 100. Like, if you're day trading, going back to like 2015, 5 years back in data, that's a massive sample size. Like, the fact that I'm getting enough setups, kind of, like, it would be nice going back that far, but the fact that I'm getting all the setups presenting and logging more trades, I think I don't need to go back further than 2019. And seeing the system perform in 2020, like a year full of just recession, pandemic, election, geopolitical events, I think if it performs well in 2020, it's gonna be a good system for, whenever. So I think 2020 is definitely a good year to test everything. I'm also watching Euro NZD, Lindsay, just as an idea because of that perfect L50, but it is counter trend. Because in my testing, I've just seen that L50 on that 15 minute really determines the outcome of the trade. Yeah, neither. I don't trade counter trend either. I'm testing it. Just to have that data in front of me, but I mean, the trade would have to be perfect for me. No, you know what, not even. It just doesn't sit well with me, so I'm not going to force something that doesn't really suit my personality. Euro USD. Getting a bit of a bullish push now on Euro USD. Curious to see how Euro USD reacts to this 50-minute 50 EMA. It's got just over 8 minutes left on the close, so because it's trading back at that 1.19,000 level, which was a level on the higher time frames I was watching. I just really like this bullish bar we had yesterday, closing above this consolidation period here. But that falling in 15-minute L50, bearish divergence on top from Monday. The only thing that I'm kind of leaning into this trade is that the higher time frames really. Looks promising. I think Euro USD would be my main focus for the rest of my trading session. I'll keep checking on the other pairs because I want to see how they play out. Still think GU may come higher, as well as GJ. One of the divergence on the bottom now. Yeah, so GBP JPY has presented bullish divergence on the 1 minute. So, I mean, I think I'll definitely keep an eye on this and see what happens at that 15-minute 200 EMA. Euro USD, Euro NZD is just kind of coming back down to that 15-minute 200. Yeah. So GU and Euro USD will be kind of my main focus. I'll be watching. I don't think GU is swapping under 15-minute. Whoa. Yeah, it is. So L50 is pulling into the sell zone, but this candle, depending how it closes, might pull it back up above the 50 value. GU. Euro USD has presented as well. Bullish divergence on the 1 minute, but once again, I mean, it's only about 15, 16 minutes. I saw something similar on GBP-CHF yesterday. Yeah, so GBP-CHF reminds me of Euro USD right now, with that really quick divergence that set in, and then it kind of just rallied. Off the 200 as well, so I do like that Euro USD is at that 15-minute 50 as well, so it broke down below it. This candle tested it, and now price is coming back up. So very interesting. I would like to see this RSI oversold as well. That would kind of maybe induce me. I think the biggest thing for me would be high time frames. Even on GU, pretty sure the 1 hour, 4 hour, and all higher time frames are just bullish. And there's also no bearish divergence on GU as well, so but yeah, I definitely see Euro USD coming higher, especially off that 1.19 thousand level. So definitely a really nice risk to reward profile on Euro USD too. Like, even if you get an entry like somewhere there, you have your stop at the low. Could easily get kind of 2 to 1. I love trading Euro USD because my spreads are so low, so I can get away with actually putting my stop loss more or less at the candle, the lowest low. Yeah, other than that, it's good that I've kind of narrowed down my watch list as the day progresses. So GU and Euro USD, GJ has a swapping L50 now at that 200. Has got that bullish divergence on the 1 minute. So definitely watch it as an idea and see what happens. But my main focus right now is GU, Euro USD. Euro NZD was an ID, and Euro JPY I was looking for longs. But 1 hour was overbought and divergent, and the 15-minute was divergent as well from yesterday. So I can definitely see this kind of coming lower. I like that 15-minute close on Euro USD as well. So
If I'm still in your heart,
15-minute bullish divergence on GU. Yeah, I see what you're looking at, Leo. Yeah, these high, I think, yeah, higher time frames might carry GU and Euro USD. Dollar index, it was, yeah, it's a bit choppy, but like, yeah, I see it coming higher for sure. See what happens. I'm just gonna open my personal account because I'm still taking D1s on my personal account as my new kind of rules. If I can get everything set up correctly, it just, I have limited myself to kind of one possible setup. And kind of, yeah, but I feel like we might even get an A1 signal in today's trading session, which will be pretty sweet, which I'll take on the practical assessment and my live account as well. So, Euro USD. Let's see what happens. I want to see how price holds that level. Yeah, not too much action and volume, but like Austin was saying yesterday, because of Black Friday week with lots of sales and Thanksgiving as well, all the traders are spending their money instead of making it. Oh goodness. Platinum. That's what GU is doing. Yeah, so with my D1 entries, I more or less need that like perfect 1 minute structure. If it starts to look choppy and I start questioning it, that's when I'm not allowed to trade it. So it needs to be clear as day. So as soon as I look at it and I can see that clean price action and it's an easy read, I'm on the 1 minute chart, then I'm happy to take it with all the other 15-minute parameters perfect. So perfect EMAs, perfect L50, out of the Asia range, and divergence is allowed, but it has to be off the 50 EMA. So similar to what Euro USD is doing now. Obviously not breaking back below it, but so that's kind of the only variable I can trade. So it limits the D1s significantly, but I'd rather be in those trades with full confidence, knowing I can trade them consistently until I gain a lot more markups and experience on the D1s. So because if it has perfect high time frames, perfect 1 minute bullish structure, if I'm going taking a long position, it will induce me to take a re-entry if I get stopped out. If I start questioning it, I'm not going to take that re-entry, and I'm just not going to be consistent in my execution. So at least I'll be able to hit them with correct size. And yeah, I think that's kind of my approach at the minute. So I'm curious, GUs, I'm going to be curious in this too. So Leo pointed out on the 15 minute that we got bullish divergence building, but that L50 is falling. So this will kind of be a good kind of analysis for my statistical data, just to see how this plays out. I know we had this significant zone at 1.33800. But once again, all high time frames are long bias, so I'm curious to see how this divergence affects the outcome of this trade. Just gonna scan the Asia session pairs as well. Not that I trade them. Um, Everything's more or less almost swapping. Yeet. Hey Austin. Yeah, only thing on my watch list that's I'm keeping an eye on is Euro USD. I can take these ones off actually. And just GU as well. But that's swapping now. So was GJ. You know, I'll keep an eye on this. I don't think I'll trade it though. I'll keep it as an ID. I'm just curious to see where this ends up.
मैं तो खोया रहूं तेरी यादों में तेरी बातों में ना तुझे जाने मैं दूं अपने ख्यालों से ना जाने कितने पल तूने मुझको रुलाया फिर भी मैंने कभी ना छोड़ा तेरा साया बेपनाह दिल को मैंने तो खुद ही संभाला
Just over a minute on this 15-minute candle close as well. So let's see what happens. At 1 minute L50 slowly pulling up into the buy zone as well on Euro USD. The 1 hour look like. The 1 hour's got. I don't really take this into consideration too much in my trading, but 1 hour has bearish divergence. I mean, that wouldn't keep me out of a trade unless it's on the 15-minute. That has more significance. Held that 15-minute 50. Well, just see what happens. Still nothing crazy yet. So I reckon give it some more time. GU kind of just falling. Is that most? Yeah, that's kind of most GBP pairs. US dollar index. Going up. Has been a bit of a slower trading session. I'm curious to see what Euro USD does. I think GU's I think, yeah, with the higher time frames, I mean, I still am long bias on GU. GJ was a bit of a mixed bag in terms of higher time frame confluence. Black Friday sale, Austin. I did have the artwork in my OBS. For some reason it's not showing up. But yeah, so it's on my finish. When I finish my stream, I'll put it up for about 10 minutes. So when I started it, I had it on. I edited the graphics in Photoshop to make it like 1080p, 1920 by 1080 to fit the stream. So like, yeah. Unleash my creativity. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I think EURUSD, we'll see a push on EURUSD soon.
We are revolutionary. Yeah. Can't stop us. Yo. There's nothing I got to prove, nothing I got to lose. I wanna follow you. It is my time to choose. Nothing I got to prove, nothing I got to lose. I wanna follow you. It is my time to choose. It is my time to move. I wanna follow through, cause I got my own mind, winning on my own time. Didn't come when I wanted, but it's always on time. I'ma go and get it, and it's all part of my vision. Then I'ma show everyone I can make it. I'm different. You can't stop what you can't see. No more chains, yeah, I'm truly free. I pay my dues, it ain't come cheap. No more chains on me, you can't hold me down. 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 Yeah, no more, no more, no more. 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 You can't hold me. Look at where I came from. I can never fall back to the same ones. Only good vibes now, but the hard times is what we raised from. Turn to the ambition we are made from. We don't run, we don't fall, we don't stop, we don't fail. We take all our doubts, the dark clouds, and we still prevail. Raise a fist to the sky, a solution's there. And we stand for the dreamers, a revolution's here. You cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. There's nothing you can do now. Just watch. There's nothing you can do now. Just watch. This is revolution. It's a revolution. Yeah. You cannot stop us. There's nothing you can do now. A revolution.
GU continues to fall. Same with pretty much all GBP pairs. Picking up a bit of bearish momentum. Euro JPY kind of finding a bit of a consolidation zone at the Asia low. Did that build any divergence on the 1 minute? No, it didn't. So no active divergence on the 1 minute unless I go back. I mean, if you go further enough back, no. Had a new RSI low down here. So no active divergence on Euro JPY. Yeah, still most solid idea I'm having is Euro USD. So still got my main focus. GU definitely finding that bearish momentum again. Pushing lower. It's now swapping L50. Same with GJ. Euro USD. Yeah.
Can we defend the land we conquered back in high command? I don't wanna be the only driver. Settle down today, we'll find a way to run towards what we had next. Take my hand and drive tonight. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight. We will find a way.
1 minute L50 on Euro USD, trying to swap into that buy zone above the 50 value. I just don't like that really quick divergence. I mean, we saw it yesterday on GBP CHF on the 1 minute. Just quick, 2 quick taps. You know, what was that? Yeah, 22 minutes, so just under half an hour. And yeah, I think GBP pairs are just melting as they do. GBP CHF. GCAD, GA, Euro USD.
Don't tell me, I'll find a way. Don't break me, I'm here to stay. All these dreams go passing by, I'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way. Don't wanna be the only one.
If anyone has any idea with Coinbase, I don't know if it's just here in Australia, but I'm capped at how much crypto I can buy. It doesn't matter what coin it is, it's all just capped. I'm just having, hang on, let me go back to my account. So I don't know if it's, it might be a verification thing. If I go into my account settings, account limits. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like, I know crypto isn't, like, it is regulated, but it's not. But I can go with an unregulated broker to buy more, but that's something I do not want to do, especially because I'm looking at buying a fair bit of, like, a quantity. So I can only buy 450 AUD a week. That's a weekly limit, $450 Australian dollars. That's not a lot. And that resets every week. So, and that's with Coinbase. I think it's even the same with Kraken here in Australia. It is pretty stupid. Like, I want to go all in. I just, all my savings, but they won't let me. Yeah, nah. I understand. I understand the world of crypto, and, like, it is volatile and a lot of people don't understand it, but like, let people have the option. Yeah, ASICs here in Australia are really cracking down on a lot of trading and how we handle our financial stuff with like our brokers and leverage. So it's very interesting. Yeah, I'll do some more research, but I think Coinbase may be out of the question. I'll give them a call tomorrow and find out if there is a way to increase it, but yeah. It's trading just above 92 cents on Coinbase now. Interesting. Still watching this Euro USD ID. If you look also earlier, we had really quick divergence, and then the D1 setup. That was, I think that was just during just after the Asia session. And now we had that divergence here as well. You haven't got many markups of this type of setup. Like my divergence usually builds for about at least an hour or more. Curious to see how Euro USD reacts to the 1.1900 level, since it is that psychological level. Let's see how this 15-minute candle closes on Euro USD. If it closes back above the 15-minute 50 EMA, definitely see it come higher. About to get that 15-minute trend RSI trend line cross as well. If we can continue bullish, that is. About 5 minutes left in this 15-minute candle close. Let's see what happens.
Sorry for being a mess. I gave my best, but was too late.
I mean, if you could get a solid entry, just that quick divergence, bullish divergence in 1 minute. But I definitely see the idea. I mean, it happened back earlier. So, what's to say? Won't happen again. That's hit Lindsay patience. Yeah. I mean, you can't argue those high time, like the high time frame. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that too, Lindsay, as well. just over a minute on this 15-minute candle. Just under 30 seconds. Bit of a rejection to the 15-minute 50 EMA, but see how it progresses throughout the day. Still early. With Coinbase here in Australia, you actually can't cash out as an Australian citizen. I'm just reading through everything. So if you buy it and it goes like 100% in profit, you can't do much with it. I mean, if, in terms of taking profits and selling it, but I guess if you're a long-term crypto holder, then it makes sense. But I mean, if you're short-term trading it and you want to profit off it, anyone in Australia, don't use Coinbase. I'm looking at CoinSpot, but I don't know if it's probably going to have similar things. Yeah, see, I mean, everything's gonna have a give and a take. CoinSpot have much higher fees, between 2 and 3%. So if you, anything over like $1,000, it's gonna eat a bit into it. Only allows Bitcoin deposits. What's the point? Oh man. But CoinSpot here in Australia is the only exchange that allows you to purchase large range and a large amount in Australia. So that's alright. I'll find a way. Euro USD on the 1 minute, kind of holding that low of that divergence. This little zone here. this will be interesting to see play out for sure. Euro USD, GBP USD as well. I still think that comes higher just because of the higher time frames. I think Euro JBP will be more of like a D2ID because we have it's bearish divergence on the 15-minute. 1 minute is heavily overbought also with divergence as well, and that 15-minute has broken the 50 with a really strong bar. So, and the L50 is falling as well. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out overnight for me as well. I usually end my streams around 10 PM my time, so about 3 hours in. But I want to see this Euro USD ID. I want to see what happens. Since I'm trying to gain more confidence on D1s, I think it'll be beneficial for me to sit here and just kind of watch how the price action plays out, especially with divergence like this in the 1 minute. It's just you're able to get a really nice risk to reward profile on it, so but nothing I'm looking at trading, will just be an ID, but something to monitor for sure.
Bend over backward. And over again. I'm jumping through, so you don't have to. Making you smile as long as I can. Storm clouds are coming.
Let's see how price respects this zone on the 1 minute. And just bring it over to the 15. See if there's any significance to it.
If we get tomorrow, promise I can try.
So like looking at it with that zone there, I would be more inclined to see kind of yesterday's high over here, and then it used that as resistance. During the today's Asia session, we broke above it, we pulled back to yesterday's resistance, now support, had that massive bullish momentum off, and now we're testing that zone again. So ideally, if we can hold this zone being support, we could definitely see a push up. So just your typical case of resistance broken, turn support, using yesterday's high. So let's see what happens. This is why it's so important to have patience with the D1 entries and just wait for those more conservative, that more conservative criteria.
I don't know how you did it, but I need an explanation. Guess I can't get over the day with me. I gotta see you again. Every detail is getting replayed into my imagination. From the clothes you wear to the way you smell. Yeah, yeah. I'm into picture, don't forget it. What's going on with me? Oh, I don't get it. 'Cause since you say hello, you feel my spirit. Never felt this before, I admit it. Less than a second, talk to you less than a second. To make me know what I need and the place I'd rather be. Oh, less than a second. Oh, less than a second. To love you deeper than the sea. To make me know what I need.
Holding that level quite well on Euro USD. GU continues to fall. GBP, JPY also falling as well. I think most, yeah. GA found a level at the Asia low, bounced off, and Euro JPY forming some sort of flag pattern. Don't like how prices kind of, it would be nice to see kind of price start making higher highs and then that retest. But it is nice to see price kind of find a level down here, which is obviously yesterday's high, sorry, and the resistance zone. Also, anyone tuning in to the stream for the first time, AceFX is having a Black Friday sale, 30% off store wide. If you have any questions about AceFX, the way we trade, anything in trading related, reach out to me. I'm always happy to talk trading stuff. But yeah, get your hands on the new AceFX journals for sure. They look amazing. Mine's actually on its way. Because if you're not journaling your trades, you are missing out on a lot of potential growth. Just by recording your thoughts, your emotions, all that good stuff. Starting to look interesting on Euro USD. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this Euro USD trade plays out. So, trade ID. It's showing lots of signs of support. So down at this 1.18930 level. So, I mean, if it breaks that level, I mean, you could definitely see it come lower, but we can break above and start creating bullish price action, yeah, that'll be good bullish signs for sure. So looks like we're getting a push down. Let's see how it reacts to this level. We'll pay close attention to the 1 minute price action real quickly, because it's also showing a lot of resistance to the 15-minute 50 EMA as well. So big battle going on between bears and bulls now. I mean, with the higher time frames being long bias, 1 hour, 4 hour daily, with this support level coming off yesterday's high, resistance broken, now support. I mean, you can just, yeah, you can only just assume that it will come higher. There's enough probabilities in its favor, but the only thing that my concern is that 15-minute bearish divergence from yesterday. I'm actually from Monday, I believe. Yeah. But you can still get enough. You can still develop a good risk profile with a D1 setup. So I guess it's justifiable for sure. Yeah, I just want to see how this level holds. Still think it comes higher. Wow. Yeah, there's a big battle going on there. Obviously, bears took that one. Yeah, I also just said in the Ace Effects Discord, patience pays off. Yep, and that's why I always get caught out in these D1s in the early days when I started trading them. I was very quick on the entries. Emotions got involved and I never took the re-entry, or the trade just a better setup never presented. So I'd be in the negative for the day and not take the good re-entry and not make my money back, or be in the negative and no decent trade setups presents again. So I'm very conservative in my D1s, to the point where I've overanalyzed it, and now I'm back at this place where I'm trying to simplify it again, but having a better kind of approach to it. So this price action, yeah, exactly, Lindsay. I was paying attention to that the whole time. So this price action on the 1 minute is something that I couldn't trade. So yeah, we had that push up off the divergence, but we never made that higher high retest, and then that push up. So just having patience to see how price forms and then reacting to that. Even that 1 minute L50 didn't even make it into the correct zone, so above the 50 value to the buy zone. but it could still come higher. It could come down to the 15-minute 200 EMA, and that could be its bottom before it rallies higher. For sure. All right, well, this is where I'll leave the stream for today. Still flat, no trades. It was a little bit quiet, but given the week ahead, I guess it's going to be less volume. Once again, 30% off ASFX store wide. It's not going to be around forever. So if you're on the fence or you're thinking about joining, anything you're looking at getting within ASFX, just message me and I'll be happy to answer any questions. It's a game changer. Like, being able to read price like this using the EMAs, divergence, like you can see how it just saved using the TDI. Putting all that together, you can just see how it saves you money in the market. You know, price action could have easily somehow induced you to get into a trade. But using the whole thing as a package, it's amazing. Best way I can put it. Alright guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, a good morning for a lot of you people that watch my streams because no one's in Australia. Hey, what's up David? Yeah, EU just kind of tanked a little bit there. But yeah, I'm curious to see what EU's Euro USD is just going to tank, I reckon. Alright guys, thank you all for checking out the stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can find a cleaner setup, better price action, that would be nice. But yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
Bye.